behind the baller. My life is more than money and jewelry. My story's so crazy, dog. I said make a movie behind the baller. I went from playing sports to exotic whips. Ain't gotta tell me, dog. I know I'm the shit behind the baller. My life is more than money and jewelry. My story's so crazy, dog. I said make a movie behind the baller. I went from music exec to this podcast. Now I finally feel at home at last behind the baller.
Yo, what up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Baller podcast. For those of you who are new to the show, please don't forget to check out the past episodes, especially the K-Town Hustler series. It is not illegal to binge listen to the shows and catch up in real time, but it's all good. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. Now, a few facts before we get started. 1, we are a globally top-ranked podcast, okay? It means we are ranked globally. Every single fucking country listens to BTB, all right? And we are consistent as fuck. Number 2, this show is produced by the world-famous Dust Brothers, the best podcast producers in the game. It is in high definition stereo sound. You are not going to find a podcast that sounds this good. Number 3, this is 100% professional podcasting, okay? Not amateur podcasting, not podcasting we just record into a microphone and just put the shit out. No, this is professional podcasting with new episodes dropping every single Monday and Thursday at 12 noon Pacific time. Lastly, I am your host, and my name is Ben Baller, not Ben Humble. All right, y'all. Some call me the Korean John Cusack. Some people started calling me the Doge Lord. Yes, it is a great day, y'all. We got to make it a great day, like I said, but it is a great day. We got a treat for the jewelry heads today. You know, I don't talk about jewelry like that very much, but we got Trax NYC making his second appearance on the show, and he's been turning up heavy over the last few weeks on his YouTube, on his fucking other thing. I don't know, his IGTV. He's been going crazy. All right, so we got him coming up shortly. So, guys, yesterday was my first day back at work for IF & Co. Now, when I say for, it's, you know, we're a team, right? Yes, I'm the president, co-founder, but, you know, when I say back, I mean like officially going to an office in the morning, you know, eating my lunch there, working, getting all my shit, getting it cracking, getting used to things. It's very weird. It feels crazy, you know, that we're back. I'm vaccinated. Motherfuckers are vaccinated in the office. Like, you know, I'm wearing a fucking mask in my office. I'm good. Okay. For the first time in 16 years, we are all under the same roof. Okay. Me, Jimmy, Joe, my cousin James, Steve, all the new employees. Okay. By the way, we have moved in to our state-of-the-art factory / office / showroom. And no joke, like no cap at all, no exaggeration even. Not even companies that do $100 million a year, like fucking like Simon G, or I forgot what the fuck the other company, like fucking Yerman, whatever the fuck it may be, okay? They can't fuck with our factory, our workspace, okay? The only person I've even seen that's even nicer is Avi & Co, but that's in New York. This is a whole different level. We just moved in, okay? This space we got is fucking remarkable. It is truly it's a masterpiece. But we just barely moved in. We need to update our furniture. We got some old shit in there. Shout out to Alex Gintani. I don't know if you know, but his dad is a fucking legend in downtown LA and a legend in the jewelry world. Yes, Gintani, who does all my cars, who tunes them and everything. His dad is the godfather of downtown Los Angeles. He's not fucking around. But I need to get the rest of my shit in. I'm just getting situated. It's fucking nice to have a place to go to. Look, we don't even have showroom trays yet for our display cases, okay? We're just in there. We got 7 bulletproof doors, though. We were the only office in 7,700 office spaces on Hill Street. The only one that has a bathroom. A fucking bathroom with the Toto, you know, the fucking, you know, automatic toilet and everything. But you know what my cousin did? Turned it into a fucking Rhodium room. And it's all good. Fuck it. We don't need, there's plenty of bathrooms on the floor or whatever, but it just was nice to have one. We had a kitchen. Guess what we did? Turn it into fucking more manufacturing. But we have, like, literally, we have hired more diamond setters and everything else going on, and we still have to finish our expansion, right? We bought the store next to us for our flagship location, Beverly Hills, at the Beverly Center. It's going through remodeling, going through expansion and all that shit. It was supposed to be ready by Valentine's Day. That shit didn't happen. So we just keep getting pushed fucking back. So hopefully we reopen in 4 weeks. I will let you guys know here. But I will not be at the flagship store unless I have to be. I'll be taking private meetings and things like that. Obviously, I'm booked until you know what, unless I decide to do more work. And now I got this battery in my back. I'm feeling fresh. I'm tired as a motherfucker right now, but I'm feeling energized and I feel inspired. So I may add some more work and I might take some more custom jobs, but I got motherfuckers hitting me left and right. So look, I hope that this changes a lot because look, we were able to do okay. I didn't have to furlough anybody. Everyone eats at IF & Co. Everyone was good during the pandemic, yo. So anyways, with that said, yes, yesterday I worked from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at my new office, right? And then at 3:30 until 7:30, I shot a commercial from my brand new Kingsford X BBDTC Gold Barbecue Grill, which drops next month in just a few weeks, okay? Listen, guys, I've done some shit with network, did the fucking crazy, refrigerator, mini fridge just dropped. We've done the sealer, digital gold scale that weighs up to 1 kilo, 2 different color money counters, some fun novelty shit. Now it's getting serious. Like this time we really outdid ourselves, okay? This just tops anything that I've done before. And I'm just very grateful to have my name associated with such a big household brand, right? And again, it don't stop, right? We got more shit coming on the network app. And speaking of household names, man, I'm actually going to be a part of the NFL draft tomorrow night. I think around 5:45 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be on the actual real NFL drafts Zoom with some other players and some other celebrities, whatever else. And it was crazy. But my agency XL, they don't fuck around. Back to the jewelry work. When I say 4 years, that means because I had VVS, I had an office there, so I didn't really have the jewelry stuff. So I only came in to make pieces, and that was it. I go to my store for some private meetings, but I didn't have a place as far as IF & Co goes because, I haven't had a dedicated office since Slauson. And really, my desk at Slauson was fucking bullshit. It was terrible, and I still had to go to downtown to do the manufacturing. We had 3 different places. One store, then we had like logistics, then we had the fucking, the e-commerce and shit, then we had the fucking factory. Look, I cannot tell you, like, how ecstatic I am. Like, I'm so excited. I can't believe how far we have come. Like, I open random doors in my fucking factory, I see people working. I'm like, God damn, shit. Like, everyone is working. They're not fucking around sitting there jerking off. They're not on their phones. They're not looking at shit. Everyone is doing something. They are fucking making it work. And it's amazing. If I fucking stop working with IF & Co, it wouldn't stop this. They are there working. Everyone's learning how to do things, teaching people how to fucking make grills, teaching people all the small shit here and there day by day. We got full photography. We have, a finance team. It's just crazy. I'm just very, very, very pleased of what's going on. We have so many fucking employees now. It's crazy. And one of the best parts about it is we have a 95% Korean staff, all right? My team is 95% Koreans. And the crazier part is we're 99% Asian. All right. Shout out to my girl, Wendy. Wendy's been with us for about maybe 5 years now. I love Wendy, man. Wendy's fucking great. She's from the hood and Wendy's about it. Wendy's a bad bitch too. Don't even sleep on Wendy. She is dope as fuck. And she's from the hood, from South Central, Mexican. And Wendy had lost her mom just a few months ago to COVID. So my condolences for that. But I'm very proud of my team and what we got going on. And we are just going to fucking crush it now. And again, I'm feeling inspired. So, shout out to my cousin James too. James really changed the actual business aspect of us all around. But yeah, man, that Asian power. Speaking of Asians, my charity event drive is this weekend. It is Saturday, The PML Quickstrike for Stop Asian Hate, okay, again, is the day after tomorrow. Again, that is Saturday morning, May 1st, 7 a.m. in downtown LA. Go to the @PML Quickstrike Instagram page to find out more info. Remember, this event is free, but if you're planning on driving with us from downtown to the IE, please make sure you know how to fucking drive properly, okay? That you can keep up, and make sure you're not a fucking dick fuck, okay? Yes, that is Saturday. For those of you who are coming on the pre-meet, I only had like 10 spots. I don't want to have too many people, right? I don't think I got back to a couple people. There's so many fucking DMs. If I did not get back to you, send a DM right now as you're reading this and say, hey, listen, I want to go to the pre-meet and I'm going to pick like 2 or 3 more heads. I don't want to have a lot of people, okay? Now, you know I couldn't go 10 minutes, right? About 10 minutes in the show now, right? You know I couldn't go 10 minutes without talking about cryptocurrency. Come on, man. You know, look, I don't get how a coin that's based upon a fucking Japanese dog could get fools so mad, right? I've seen pages, business pages on Instagram that have discredited what the Doge Army has done. They've talked shit. I see people truly hate, like, you're a fucking dumbass. Yeah, you're only talking about this for this. And did we avoid? Shut the fuck up. Do you realize you could just fucking Google IF and Co. Baller Bitcoin, and we've been fucking making these chains for 10 years, making Ethereum since the day it came out? The fuck are you guys talking about? Some guys like, this is so fucking stupid. You guys are idiots. You're dumb. You're giving bad advice. It's going to go to 0 cents. I'm like, guess what, motherfucker? No, it didn't. All right? You little fucking ginger carrot looking motherfucker. Okay? Real, actual business stock trader crypto pages, like, actually mad. It's like, what the fuck is you mad about? Stop calling it an altcoin. Stop calling it a meme coin. Okay? Stop saying stupid ass shit. This isn't fucking elongate. It's not SafeMoon. It's not Elon coin or Shiba coin or fucking ass coin or porn dick, whatever the fuck your stupid ass coins are. Okay? Yes, you could possibly make money with those coins. You can get in and out. About here, boom, 8 hours later, I'm fucking out. Man, fuck all that shit. Doge is a stabilized, legit OG crypto coin. It is sitting at 30 cents right now. All right? It was dancing around the last few days, around 26 to 28 cents. And then on Tuesday night, Elon Musk tweeted about his SNL hosting, his hosting gig he's doing on May 8th, whatever the fuck. And he called himself in the tweet, he called himself the Doge Father, playing off the Godfather, right? And then as soon as he did that, within a minute, fucking 2 minutes, the coin shot up to 34 cents. All right? You got people saying, oh, your math, shut the fuck up. No, my math is not wrong. Okay? Because you know what? You guys should know by now. I talk too much shit. I say the craziest fucking shit. So when I'm wrong, I'm fucking gonna tell you guys. You think I want to be? I don't want to be wrong. And I'm not. So don't try to go on my math. Okay? But yeah, Elon tweeted that shit, said the Doge Father, and it fucking went crazy. And it's been sitting above 30 cents ever since. It's just literally been going crazy. Okay. Mark Cuban went on the Ellen show on Monday to talk about Doge, or Tuesday morning, actually. You know what? And he said on the episode, he's trying to convince her. So told Ellen DeGeneres, please accept Dogecoin for your merch and all your shit for your store. Honestly, look, this coin is going to hit $1. Okay, whether you guys like it or not, is going to hit $1. When Elon puts the literal Dogecoin inside the fucking rocket and they go to the moon, literally for real, that shit is going to fucking go crazy. Okay, and it's going to hit $1, whether you guys like it or not. And when it crashes after that, listen, it's actually going to climb back up and find some stability again, and it'll still be a good long-term coin. Okay, do you want to know why? Because like I said before, this is the real people's crypto coin. Okay, so stop with all the hate. Stop with all the bullshit. If you got in when I told you guys to get the fuck in, even when I started riffing and ranting about the shit, it was still at fucking 5 cents. All right. So anyways, back to the haters of crypto saying everything is down. So, it's a sham. It's a scam. It's this and whatever. He ain't talking about SafeMoon. Okay, dunce fucks. Crypto isn't going anywhere. Not only is cryptocurrency the future, it is a mandatory currency that we will all use soon. We'll all have to use soon. Okay? So get fluent in it. It's no fluke. And by the way, all cryptocurrency is actually up, all right? ETH broke $2,700 fucking dollars. It's gone fucking crazy. I told my mom to get in, all right? At just 25 grand to get it. Mom, just get in. Okay, she bought 10 coins at $2,200. This shit has already made her money, all right? Imagine. She's made fucking 500 of coins right there, just like that. Just, in fucking a week. It's crazy. Sort of in the crypto space, me and my longtime friend, Nick Diamond. Yes, for all you new jacks on there who just knows Instagram name, Nicky Diamonds. Anyone calls him fucking Dicky. I know you don't know Nick, right? Anyways, me and Nick Diamond, aka Diamond Supply, are dropping our first set of NFTs. I've waited for a while. We were trying to drop these motherfuckers in January. Keep going on. I got busy. Anyways, I love these two NFTs we're dropping. We're dropping one that is going to have an edition. Don't know exactly what the number is yet. It'll be under 1,000 for sure. We have a tangible item that will go with these NFTs. We made a gold NBA regulation size basketball, high quality, beautiful fucking ball. It's gold. It's metallic gold with a fucking black BB size symbol on there and a diamond supply. They're fucking sick. Like, this is actually a sick ball by itself. Okay? And it'll be attached to a limited edition numbered NFT. All right? And then there will be a one-of-one platinum BBX diamond supply ball that will have a one-of-one NFT that will be up for auction. All right, so please stay tuned. This shit is going to get real nasty, okay? But I just wanted to make sure that people who bought NFTs from me were able to hold something in their hands, all right? And they get to collect, so they get the best of both worlds. So before we get into this interview with Trax, I got to say, look, I see a lot of people before the pandemic and, of course, a lot during and a lot now who play the victim card, okay? Don't try to read in any deeper than it needs to be. If you feel like it fits you, then maybe it does, all right? But let me finish what I'm saying. Some people don't even realize that they're playing the victim. And they don't even realize that they're actually better than that, okay? They're stronger than that. Some of them are lazy, but overall, it is totally unacceptable, okay? Always remember this. Someone in a worse situation than you or anyone that you know that has it bad, okay? Or anytime you've been in a worse situation you've ever been in, okay? Someone with the worst situation than your worst kept it pushing and won. They took the same shit you had, maybe even harder, okay? Achieved and went past, jumped over all the obstacles, okay? And they got the W, all right? They won. There are tools in front of your face that some people don't even fucking see. It's in front of their face. They don't even see it. You know what they do? They choose to use them to make a help sign instead. Instead of using it to do something else to get them out of the fucking rut. It's like, no, let me make a sign and ask people to help me. Look, guys, come on, man. We got to do better. Okay? I rarely asked for help when I was coming up. When I was really young, yeah, boom. Tough love between my parents, And it's because mostly when I got older, I was like, I'm too fucking fuck this. I'm too prideful, whatever, boom. Some people's like, hey, man, sometimes you got to drop your pride. No, fuck that. Sometimes it's time to toughen up and grow some balls. Okay? I didn't ask any of my boys when I got older and shit. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear certain things, especially from people who, so-called have my back. And at the same time, I don't know. They might have situations. Nobody fucking knows. So I just always had this attitude that nobody was coming back for me. All right. I'm all on my fucking own. Not my mom, brother, sister, anybody. Oh, it's sad. Shut the fuck up. All right. Get that real independent swagger inside your body. Okay. And be like, look, nobody is going to help me get off this fucking island. I got to get off this island by myself. Okay. I promise you, your success will be 10 times stronger. It'll feel that much better. Okay. Always be ready for them what ifs. Right. I hate a motherfucker. What if this? What if that? Motherfuckers love to hit you with that reply. Well, what if your homie stole your money? What if your cousin stole your girl and lied on you and ruined your life? What if your car got a flat on the way to your job interview? What if this, man? Then you know what? Then stay the fuck ready for any what if possible. Fuck a what if. All right? Okay? Fuck any excuses. Let that shit fuel you. All right? To prove any doubter, any hater that you can do it yourself. Even your loved ones. Prove it to your loved ones. Like, nah, I got this, man. Okay? You know, you got motherfuckers who say their family, say they're your homies, try to knock you down. Be like, oh, okay, here you go. Boom. Low key, put you in a worse position, you know, because they don't want to do it. Fuck that. Let that fuel your fire. I already told you guys before. Turn tragedy into triumph. Okay? What if this? What if nothing, bitch? I made it. Now what's your problem? Anyways, that was a heavy rant, right? Anyways, you know, Trax came from an immigrant family. And I had another story real quick, and we'll jump into the interview. Sorry. I randomly had a chat with this guy who runs some social media pages. He fucking does bar mitzvahs. He does bar mitzvahs. He does funerals. Now this guy does everything. He's a marketing expert. No joke. This guy's fucking all over the place. It's crazy. He is a professional dot connector. Connect two people together, figure things out. He is a fucking networking genius, okay? Throws parties, all that shit. And he was telling me this crazy story because, you know, he's Persian. And he's like, dude, man, my family fled Tehran. And what, you know, he failed to tell me is that his dad was very successful. Like, he was a rich guy in Tehran, Iran. They somehow, I guess it didn't work out, so they had to come to America. So, you know, he grew up, his dad grew up kind of rich. When he came to America, said, fuck this, we have better hopes, you know, different lives, obviously different politics, different things. You don't have a dictatorship, you don't have all this crazy shit that was going on over there. I don't know who the fuck it was back then. Was it fucking Ayatollah or Gaddafi? Or maybe I'm wrong by everything, but I'm just saying they had more hopes for a better life for their family here in America. Or actually, I'm sorry, it was Canada, okay? But they left their riches back in Iran, okay? Well, this guy and his brother, right, when they got to high school, they got made fun of in junior high here and there, but whatever. And him and his brother figured out like hustling shit and everything. They became cool kids. They played sports. You know, they sold weed in high school. By the time they were in high school, they were really cool, even though they got made fun of because they're, you know, they didn't come from a rich family. Like I said, you know, they weren't destitute, but they were on welfare. Both parents worked very hard. They did what they could. You know, they packed the fucking some embarrassing lunches for them at school. You know, kids can be brutal. It doesn't matter. I'm sure they're worse now, but these two guys, they became real popular in high school, and they're very liked by everyone, right? And again, you know, they sold weed. They threw parties and shit, and they were just the shit, right? They threw big ass house parties, and one night, they threw this monster house party. Every fucking person was there, all the popular kids and everything, right? And they fucking ordered 30 pizzas from like 3-4 different places because not one place couldn't handle 30 pieces at one time, right? So get all these pizzas and everything, right? And this, by the way, just so you know, this was the early 90s. This is not fucking now where you have access to Postmates, all this shit. This is, you know, like 92, 91, somewhere around there. Anyways, when the second pizza delivery guy got to the house party and he arrived, it was this dude's dad. All right. He didn't even know that his dad had a second job as a pizza delivery guy just to make ends meet so that, you know, they can be fucking clothed and fed and, you know, pay their rent and everything. His dad was too fucking embarrassed to tell his sons that he had to take a second job as a pizza guy, right? So the whole fucking school that was there, all the popular kids and shit, they saw these kids, you know, their dad was a fucking pizza delivery guy. I was fucking embarrassed. And look, I'm going to stop here. To be honest, if you can't get what this means, then please push pause after I say this and give you some instructions, okay? Find the baby powder. Make sure to apply a liberal amount into your strongest hand and then slap yourself. Anyways, look, man, that fucking story, I don't know, man. I know some of you guys are like, Might be scratching your head. That fucking story just hit me different. Because my mom busted her ass. My dad, he was a teacher. He didn't really make very much. My mom busted her ass, right? The shit that a parent will do for his family is just unlimited, right? That was the point of that story. I thought I'd say that. Anyways, listen, guys, let's get into a commercial real quick, and then we'll be right back with the crazy motherfucker, Trax NYC, my man, Mike Maxud. He's on BTB for a second time. Yo, Miles, hit me with that Lakey beat one time. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Ben Baller. I'd like to introduce you all to our newest sponsor, Hellofresh. With Hellofresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on Hellofresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Try meals ready in 20 minutes or less, lightning prep recipes, and quick breakfasts and lunches. Perfect for your busy schedule. HelloFresh offers 25 plus recipes to choose from each week, from vegetarian meals to craft burgers and special gourmet options. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. HelloFresh has a wide variety of easy, delicious options for all 3 meals a day, plus every snack and treat in between. I got the family vegetarian option, and it is just what the doctor ordered for my dietary needs. You can get meat or fish options too. Go to hellofresh.com/12baller and use 12baller for 12 free meals, guys. That includes free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/12baller. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. All right, I'm gonna say it one last time. hellofresh.com/12baller. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? You already know what the fuck it is. BTB, Behind the Baller podcast. We rarely ever have repeat guests on here. They got to be some special people. There was one point in time where I wanted to stab this motherfucker. I'm sure he wanted to do some shit to me too. And you know what's crazy is I had dreams of killing this fucking guy in real life. You know what I mean? And now he's back for a second go. My man, motherfucking Max, a.k.a. Trax NYC. Maxud, what's good, bro?
What's up? What's going on? Everything is good. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, you sound good, man.
Still alive. Still alive somehow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, bro. Listen, you are a crazy motherfucker. But look, I hope you don't take that in the wrong way, because I'm a crazy motherfucker, right?
Sure.
And like I said, even though I thought that me and you meeting up would have ended in violence, you know what I'm saying? It'd been like some fucking Israelis versus the Palestinians, right? It was fucking crazy. Palestinians. I see a lot of similarities in the way we speak and, and the brash behavior and, just the...
Listen, we're both intellectual guys, and I never underestimated you on that end. You didn't know me that well, and you assumed I'd be one of these Diamond District dudes, poking jewelry in your face saying, buy it. I got the best price. That's the fucking opposite of what I am, bro. I'm a thinker.
No, for sure. You know what? It's funny. Just watching some of your videos sometimes, I'm like, this fucking guy is fucking hilarious. Dude, you know what? The last interview was good. I feel like we didn't... There was too much that we wanted to discuss about the whole fucking beef, and it was just... We were focused on that, This is like... Let's talk about life, bro. Let's talk about us as businessmen outside of jewelry.
Right.
I think we're at different places in life. One, I'm a lot older than you. So I think that, you building your empire now is very important. And we're going through a weird situation. I went through a recession before. So even though this is 10 times worse, I've kind of been able to maneuver.
Well, let me interrupt you over there. This is kind of 10 times better for me. All this capital printing I'm absorbing, and I'm doing some interesting business styles that are really paying off in spades, to be honest. So I'm happy as a fucking pig in mud.
So check this out. I've said this on my show for the last, I don't bring it up too much because, it sounds tone deaf, right? But like, I had the best year of my life, my financial year ever last year, right? Like, I broke, I'm not going to get into numbers, but it was very high. You know what I mean? It was a high NBA all-star salary. It wasn't a rapper salary, unless, it'd be the 0.001%. So let's get into it, bro. How has business been since the pandemic started?
Well, listen, I'm a man of numbers, and I could say good or bad, but that's a waste of everybody's fucking time who's listening. I sold last month $3.3 million worth of jewelry, and this month I'm looking at 3.4 or 3.5. It's closer to the end of the month. I think we're at 3.2. I think we could squeeze into 3.5. So that's pretty much how business has been this month, and I'm going to push it to 3.6 next month. And if I could service all the clients properly, I'll push it to 4. And my target is 10 a month.
To gauge, what would you say April 2019 was, though? Just guess.
1.5.
Okay, shit, holy fuck. Okay, so you talked about, all this printing and everything, right? So let me ask you, you think pumping $1.7 trillion into the economy, turning our dollar into absolute dog shit, do you think that fucked up business, especially a luxury business, because we're in a business that's non-essential. It's a luxury business. It didn't affect us really, you know what I mean? But I'm just curious,
Right. Well, listen, I mean, in a luxury business is when there's too many dollars around, that's where you want to be, because people want to throw their money on what they perceive to be as an asset. True. And they're flying off the shelves now. The real challenge is to be able to produce. In an inflationary cycle, you have to be a producer, right? Because once things get sold out, the first things that get sold out go up in price. Even my boy Safari, he just, he got the point. I was trying to explain to him what's going on. He bought a truck, like an 18-wheeler or something, for $60,000. That's usually a $40,000 truck, but it's $60,000 now because the trucks are being bought out. Something is going on. And it's a hard asset that needs to be produced. That production is going to be limited. It can't be scaled up quickly. Those prices go up. If they go up to 80,000, no one's going to buy them anymore. Then they're going to figure out what they're going to buy. Snowmobile, I bought that. This, I bought that. Everything is sold out. Whatever's left that could be produced, that's a good, money's going to pour in like Niagara Falls. And anybody who's a producer, and I'm giving them a big gem here, right? They got a network, and they got to make moves. And they can capitalize on that while it's hot, because after is when the real collapse is going to come, when shit really hits the fan. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but that boils down to the reserve currency and if it could withstand this type of printing. If it could, then it'll benefit the American people and for some time. But if they get addicted to paper, then that's a problem.
No, that's for sure. And you know what? Do me a favor. Explain to the people. You mentioned inflation, right? And I tell people a lot. This is a business podcast, right? This is not a joy podcast. We talk about business here. Now, people don't understand your money in the bank, right? The interest you have on your money there, it doesn't even fucking cover inflation, right? So you understand that, correct?
Anybody who is even concerned in a situation like this about the interest in their bank. The interest in their bank is nothing. It's a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Unless you're in Korea.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's a non-entity out here. So.
I wish I had a fucking Korea. It's too many obstacles. You really have to be in Korea. But they do a 10%. So if you have $1 million in there, you're literally getting 10 grand a month, and they're giving you, like on a debit card, it's crazy how much money. The interest is crazy there.
That's crazy. I don't know how they pull that off. I guess their banks are, or it's we had this here with money market accounts in 07, 06. I hope they're not in some sort of bullshit bubble or something like that.
It's an interesting thing over there. I was just breaking down. Like I tell people, listen, you need to be aggressive. You need to get in. Listen, you need to make money when you're sleeping, because if you don't, listen. Back in the day, People were able to fucking, buy a home, working at McDonald's, working at fucking, at Montgomery Ward, which is like, working at whatever, Macy's, anything, just like a basic place, and getting minimum wage, and you're able to buy a house. That, inflation has separated and made the gap so big. It's a little crazy. So I just, I heard you say that, and I'm like, wow, fucking Maksud, man, he's fucking well versed in this. This is good, and this is gonna be a good combo.
Listen, I mean, the thing that people don't understand is that they're getting sapped. They're getting sapped and drained of their, potential. It's like there's always less cereal in the box or something like that. And the price of a Metro card is always going up, and you're being nickeled and dimed by this economy more and more. And there's a reason for that. And it's because, the incentive is the outcome. And the incentive for the people making the laws is that the stock market goes up, and all the money that they've pooled and stolen goes up perpetually. So they worry about, stock market gains, but the average person is not in the stock market. So they print capital, they cover losses of banks, and somebody somewhere is always getting way, way richer, and they're building space stations while you're scrounging around. And that's a bad trend. That leads to the collapse of civilizations.
It's fucked up. And I do think, look, you said it in a very positive way. I'm going to say it in more of a, not skeptic, but, neutral way. I said that there's going to be a really bad recession sometime this year, and usually, whatever. And I haven't felt it yet. There's other people who definitely are, because the homeless situation, that's a whole other discussion. But I do think that we're on the brink of either it works or we're just in, it ain't going to be like, oh, it works. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it's either it works and we can kind of figure this out, or we're in fucking like shit. You know what I mean? Like a real
I'll tell you
collapse.
my theory, saying, we're in shit. I want to kind of paint a picture of what it actually is going to happen. And it's more of the same. Less middle class, the poor are getting way, way poorer. Homeless, they can't even get a fucking stimulus check. They don't have a bank account. They don't have any paperwork. So that $1,400, that would be a dream for them, that they deserve, that every other American is getting. They're not even getting that. They're just getting kicked around like they're nothing. And it's going to turn into Babylon, man, or Rome or something like that. It's going to get nasty. And people are going to get more mass shootings, more killings, more, pulling away from the cops. And I thought it was a taser type shit.
Yeah.
More horrifying things. And then it's going to turn into, more pressure. And we need a hero, you know what I'm saying, to solve that type of problem. If you don't get like a FDR or a Lincoln, at the nick of time, you're going to have violence in the streets, and that's what people could look forward to.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. And I just think it's going to be more of that. I think it's going to get obviously a lot worse before it gets better. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not great with history, but I think FDR, now look at, guys, don't quote me, but at one point, FDR made 90% tax or something like that in the country. It was fucking crazy. It was something nuts.
No, I don't think it was FDR. I think it under Eisenhower, it went up to something crazy like that.
Okay, was Eisenhower? Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, there was some, well, listen, at that time, a fucking doctor was making as much as a mechanic or something like that,
Yeah.
It was a different time, but nobody cared because they were they were happy with their society. They didn't even give a shit.
Everyone dressed very well. You had a button down, you had a vest, you had a jacket, you had a hat. You were fully dressed. Right. Everyone was clean. So currently right now, 2021, this battle has been going on for a while. I've decided to not necessarily partake in it. I just kind of like, look, you know where I stand. And if you don't, too fucking bad. You have been at the forefront of it. And the battle amongst jewelry districts across the globe, there's a battle between the honest and decent.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
True.
And on the other side, you have the money-hungry, scumfuck, piece of shit, cocksucking, bitch, motherfucking, punk motherfuckers. Okay?
Greedy people.
Yes.
That you could give them, the planet. They'll say, hey, what about Mars? You give them the solar system. They'll say, what about that galaxy over there?
Exactly.
There's no limit to how much they want. Yeah.
So without any fucking filter, bro, who the fuck is a CVD bandit, bro? Please tell me, man.
I actually gave out the hints. And I'll tell you, well, listen, I'm negotiating with him through back channels. He did a lot of sneaky shit. He did some things that he stepped up in my office with some goon. and he did some stuff that I'm just really contemplating whether he's good or evil, and
Fuck this
what
guy.
to do
Let's
with him.
expose him, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna expose. I can't expose him here. His name is all over in the comments or whatever it is, but I'm beefing with him hard, and
Okay.
I'm gonna reserve that card for the right moment.
So let me ask you a question. I watched the video 5 days ago, then I did the update. Did you spend more effort on this, or did you spend more effort on the video with me and Greg?
This is definitely way more intense. This is definitely way more intense because this guy, he didn't just say some shit or some bullshit like that. This guy played a dirty, dirty game. And, it's not the one and done and all this other shit. I'm going to be sitting here and I got him on my mind 24/7 and I'm coming up with crazy ideas. And, it's scary for him because I kind of puzzled out some things inside my mind that he's not even our age or your age. He's older. And if he doesn't come to his fucking senses, he's gonna change the course of his fucking life. And I'm a God-fearing man, bro. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not his judge to punish him, but if he fucking plays around and goes down that road, I know all of his dirty little secrets. I put myself inside his head. I found out how he maneuvers through his business, where he tries to take the shortcuts. And all those shortcuts would be right as rain if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? But he, stepped on my pinky toe. And now, we have this conflict. And it's personal. I could resolve that conflict in a simple way, in a calm way. But I didn't there's something on my mind that's very, very dark, bro. That if he was involved in it.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Sometimes people are like, hey, man, all I did was backhand at 30% your mom, and you came back and got cannons and grenades and blew up everyone in my neighborhood. And that's kind of where I'm, you know what I'm saying? I go a little extreme, and then I kind of smoke some weed, or I might have to take some medicine and just, kind of relax and everything. But so look, bro, I don't talk about Joey very much on this show. Okay. I've had 180 episodes. We've had a very successful show here. We are ranked all over the globe. It's not something, this is public information. You can go look it up, right? We're doing very big. And with that said, some people wonder why I don't talk about jewelry. And the show is called Behind the Baller. When people associate Ben Baller, they always say, oh, the chain, this, and this. I can't tell you how much I don't want to fucking talk about jewelry. I've just been doing it for so fucking long, right? So with that said, I've dabbled in talking about chemical vapor deposition, you know what I mean? Diamonds, right? But we don't talk too much about CVDs, but because it's such a scumbag fucking thing to do. And I looked at this Google thing yesterday when I was writing up questions for you. And one of the questions I pull up on the Quora said, how can you tell the difference between a real diamond and a CVD? And the answer was, it's very easy. You could see the red fluorescent. No, listen, let me explain on behalf of for people living 60 plus years of Hasidic Jews, Indians, diamond traders, and everything else. That's cap. There's not even 0.1% of people who can eyeball a CVD. It's just not going to happen, especially if no one's telling you nothing. It's going to take a lot. I've seen people loop it, blah, blah, whatever. I saw you do the thing with the CVD test, which is great. I have one too. But with that said, I see a lot. In the last 4 years, I've seen a lot of HPHT diamonds on 47th Street, right? Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know what HPHT stands for, it stands for high pressure, high temperature. These are now modified. It's like, now imagine you have a chick who's kind of okay. Maybe she has a pretty face, her body ain't that great. And then guess what? She goes and gets some fucking amazing fake titties done. She gets her ass done, boom. And you know what? There's paperwork to show it, right? And some people don't have the paperwork. They went to Columbia. So they're being passed off as okay. And then people are wondering, wait a second, how the fuck does that guy have a fucking 7-carat stone? And he only paid what a 2-carat stone would be. Right. There it is. So I'd love to know what your take is on CVDs and on HPHTs.
All right. So let's fast forward into the future. If you're 10 years, okay. 20 years. Now I'll tell you why.
No, for sure. Go ahead.
You're going to see people with 1-carat, 2-carat tennis bracelets, 3-carat chains, and so on and so forth. 3-carat solitaires. right? Going all the way around. Because in reality, what we love about diamonds is that they refract light and they draw attention. Now, why the hell would you buy yourself in today's day and age some 1.5 carat I1 for some stupid amount of money when you could get a 2 carat, 3 carat VS1, whose price is only going to be going down in the future in a CVD, which is essentially a diamond, is just cheaper. The economic forces will never lose. I could say this, you could say that, we could try this, anybody could try that, but you cannot make water flow uphill.
Yeah.
And people are going to want bigger diamonds in the future, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe in the future, if things go the right way, everyone's going to be iced out or something like that. But it kind of spells, I don't know how far in the future, a distant end to a diamond industry unless people really, the price stabilizes, right? And if a CVD is $5 for a 1 carat sometime in the year 2025, then forget about the diamond industry. You might as well sell popcorn.
Goodbye. See you later. But hold on one second. Let me pause. I want you to please, Max, just hold your thought.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, I need to say this because, again, we are talking to some people, it may sound foreign. Some people, it sounds like, this is like industry jargon. But let me break down real quick. Maksud said an I1. Okay. By the way, that is pretty much dog shit. Okay. So for those of you who don't understand and are listening to this show, the grading scale on clarity with diamonds, they start at the I as the worst, and they go up obviously to a flawless. Now, there's a difference between internally flawless and flawless. Then obviously it becomes VVS1, VVS2, VS1, VS2. Then there goes SI1, SI2. GIA does not recognize SI3, but EGL does recognize SI3. There's I1, I2, I3. And to tell you the truth, I don't even think I've ever seen, unless it's someone else's pieces. So the way he's breaking this down is very true. And he said something about people wearing 3 carat solitaire chains. Now understand, he said it very nonchalantly, but let me explain this real quick. Nobody is wearing a 3 carat solitaire fucking chain. You have to be a complete fucking psychopath. Like, I can't explain to you. I have $75,000 earrings each, 150 grand for the pair, and they're 3 carats. Okay, they're not even the best of the best. So if you want to imagine what that motherfucking chain would be, it would be in the millions. So sorry, Max, I just had to explain that real quick.
Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, and that's a problem, like when you got those earrings, they had a market price which was stable, and if you could shake somebody upside down, and those earrings would not be found for a cheaper price. But now with this situation, somebody with a way smaller budget can walk in a room and have earrings as big as and as clean as nice as yours,
maybe even nicer. Maybe even nicer.
With some fluorescent nonsense or something like that. So I'm hoping that in the future they're going to be able to print diamonds that are already like, in the shape of rings, and then you just polish and cut them. And there's going to be something going on that gives a reason for some of these people to wake up in the morning.
Okay, so you're for the CVD future.
I'm not for it. I would be able to maneuver around the business as it is, but that's not what's happening. Things change. You know what I'm saying? And industries can die. There used to be people walking up and down Manhattan lighting gas lamps, and that was their job.
Yeah.
And then electric lighting came along, and that was gone. So
there's VHS stores, Blockbuster, DVDs, and they're just obsolete.
Yeah, it is what it is. You're not going to change market forces, whether you're for them or against them. You have to figure out how to maneuver. The jewelry industry is going to be here, but people in the jewelry industry are going to find what is precious. Gold was never going to be produced by anything, anywhere, so that's always going to be gold. But if diamonds, the problem with diamonds is that they're indestructible. So if somebody prints out or grows, these $1 million chains, and they do every year for 10 years, you're going to have a hell of a lot of fucking 3 carat solitaire, tennis chains out there. And what is that going to mean for all the people that spent their money and the industry? People got to realize that. They got to realize that now.
Okay, so what Max is saying is pretty much, guys, okay, first of all, FYI, they don't make CVDs bigger than a 3 carat for the most part, okay? There are man-made stones that people made with boom, but we're not going to get into that. Now, another thing Max is saying is that there could be a day and age, 10 years, 20 years down the line, where there is a market for this and this becomes something worth something. It's like right now it's Dogecoin at fucking 0.00007, and like there is a point where this thing could be worth $5. But you know, the thing is, if you've ever seen a CBD in person, and I mean a good VS1 H, it's fucking really beautiful. Now, if you see the really, really good ones, it's scary. It's truly to the point where like, yo, this is just insane. So my question to you, Max, then is, you did see that De Beers spent what, 2-point-something billion in CBDs. Any idea?
I did not see that.
Oh,
I
okay.
did not see that.
So now that I've told you that, this is 2 years ago, why the fuck would De Beers buy $2 billion in CBDs?
I have no fucking idea. Maybe you could tell me.
I'm thinking they're trying to, because it takes a long time to fucking grow a diamond. You know what I mean? I'm thinking
that's
that
good news, because that's good news, because it can't be easy and it can't be cheap.
That's the thing. And I think that they're trying to at least either control it. So if it goes to shit, they have that. And if it doesn't, boom. With that said, you know, a very famous jeweler, probably one of the most famous in New York City, he sold a very famous rapper a 1.5 carat stud chain. Probably like 62 stones in it. It's a big chain, you know, it's a nice chain. This is the only problem. People listening probably won't understand this, but you will. And I just want your reaction, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you have an idea now, right? You get it, right? You don't got to do the math, no calculator. I just want you to understand, okay? Think of a 26-inch, you know, 18 karat gold chain. You know, stones look good to my eye. So obviously they're at least SI1 or better, okay? 1.5 each stone, all right? 26 inches long, Max. Is a long chain, okay? He pays $175,000 for that chain.
Wow.
How much should that chain have costed him?
How much should that chain have costed him?
Just off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, probably if it was sold. Listen, if it was sold for 175, on the face value, that's not the end of the world, because competing with non-CBD stones, that's a great price. You're going to get a big look.
No.
Right?
I understand. I'm saying if all of them had papers.
Right. If all of them had papers. 1.5 carats.
1.5, bro. These are big stones. Tell the audience
700,000, 500,000, somewhere around
at least. There. Okay. So when he's paid 175, fail to tell me about it. Now, look, for the most part in LA, we don't have that fuckery. It's starting getting worse. New York, you guys are very on your fucking toes. You guys are sharp motherfuckers, okay? Brings the chain to get cleaned. Thank God it would be virtually impossible to replace 70 stones in a matter of 7 minutes. It'd be impossible.
Right.
Put it under the steam in the ultrasonic for 5 minutes. Put it under the steam. Clean it like a motherfucker. I don't look at it that greatly. Okay? He goes and tries to get a rare Richard Mille watch. And he goes, hey guys, I'll just do an even trade with you guys. They take it to the back. And they go, hey, look it, man. We don't even buy shit like this, but we'll give you 100 for it. And he's like, 100? Motherfucker, I heard this chain is worth like 400,000 or 500,000. He goes, yeah, it would be if they're diamonds. And he goes, nah, bro, they're GIA. And he goes, they could be GIA because GIA recognizes HPHT. And so the guy goes, what does that mean? And he goes, these aren't diamonds. They've been modified, in a lab. So he has a fucking aneurysm. Like he just goes fucking crazy. Calls the dude. Guys, obviously, me and you both know him. And he fucking loses it. I talked to Greg, Mr. Flawless, formerly known as Mr. Flawless, and he goes, hey, bro, I don't really got a problem with HPHT like that. Boom, they're just here in New York. It is what it is. Fucking a lot of the big jewelers sell them, blah, blah, whatever. Like, bro, I have never sold. And the thing is, okay, sorry. If I turned his chain around and paid attention to the back, I would have seen where the holes were drilled. Where they sucked out the inclusions and everything.
Oh,
I didn't look because I didn't,
right.
Why would I look? They look cool, right? So let me ask, do you fuck with them? Do you sell them at Trax or do you not sell them?
No, I only sell natural diamonds. And that's why I take this shit serious, because I'm not going to be paying for natural diamonds all day long and competing with people who have CBD.
You can't. You
Yeah,
can't
I don't
compete with them.
want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a brand that stands for something. I don't want to take any shortcuts and make $1. And one thing about me, I don't sell any fucking jewelry. I have a staff that sells it. I have a team, and that's that. I want to build a business. I don't want to sit here and build jewelry all day long.
I want to build a
It
brand. I
doesn't
get it.
entertain my mind.
I get it. So God bless you for doing that, because you're one of the good guys and the real will prosper. And eventually, yes, it's a fucked up situation. I do see that CVD Bandit had traded. I don't know how big the stone was that you had there in your hand when you pulled it out of the wax paper. And I was like, well, it was crazy when you put them next to each other, because, and it was a pretty crisper. It wasn't like it was a blurry video. Bro, I'm a fucking real jeweler, dog. There's no way you could pass a fake, bro. It was like, if you did the fucking 3-card Monty, I wouldn't have been able to tell who the fuck you wouldn't have been able to either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you put it in the machine, boom.
Well, one thing about that CBD was that it had a lot of high fluorescence. But the thing is this: if somebody wants something, you tell them what it is, and
But
you sell it
outdoors,
to
you
them.
can't see that. In a club, you can, certain things, but it's just so.
Well, the high fluorescence always looked a little milky to me. You see a little. I noticed the
That high.
fluorescence.
Okay, that high. I didn't know. Sorry. Okay. So now my next question is: did you see TV Johnny? I'm sorry, Johnny Dang. That's what he knows. Did you see Johnny Dang's ex-employee, who was like one of his high employees up there, just completely exposed him? Videos going around.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
I heard about it, but I never really pay attention to what anybody else is doing. To be honest,
I
let him
get
do
that.
his thing. He's a smart businessman, but he's taking people for a ride to some degree. But they love it. So what can I tell
No, they
them?
do, and they don't give a fuck. And you wonder, how am I going to get a grill for $1,500? You get a grill? What? Like, I don't think people get it when you're saying this. People listening, I tell people all the time, I wish gold tanked. People are like, why would you lose all your money? No, I wouldn't. You want to know why? If gold was back at 500 an ounce, 600 an ounce, do you have any idea how many motherfucking Cubans I would sell for these kids that back in the day, regular people that work manual labor jobs, they wanted to buy their 1-year-old daughter, or the quinceañeras. They buy
Bamboo
shit all day long.
earrings,
All day long, guys. You don't understand? It is bad when gold is this high because you want to sell more chains and people want to buy more. You don't think people want to look like Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, and have fucking 17 Cubans on the neck? They do. But it's just a fucked up situation.
That's never gonna happen, man. Ever since gold went off the dollar went off the gold reserve,
Oh, yeah.
That's really the issue. I mean, and it's a way bigger issue than not being able to buy Cubans because people are the American dream is going farther and farther and farther into the night, man, and that sucks, bro.
So the reason why I brought up the video was because you mixed one diamond with another diamond. Fairly similar in shape, very close in size. Okay. This guy who was an employee of Johnny Dang said when they were setting, now look, it's one thing to see a bigger stone. You're going to be able to tell, I loop it, you use a looper here and there. When you're dealing with melee stones, little tiny little fucking stones that you use for pave, he was saying that 20% of the stones would be real in your piece and the rest would be CVDs. At that point, bro, it's a needle in the fucking haystack. Good fucking luck. You know what I mean? It's just going to be impossible, bro. I don't give a
you
fuck.
put it in the CBD machine. But listen, man, I mean, that's the thing. People are going to get scared and not buy anything if that is indeed the case. And that's why I'm kind of outing this because I'm tired of dealing with these types of problems. I want people to have high confidence that, okay, you're going to go and you're going to go to a jewelry shop and whether it's here or there in LA, whatever, and you spend your money, you're going to get something of value. They're going to make a fair markup and you get materials, you get labor, and it's got to be a fair transaction. If you're going to get fucked every time you buy a piece of jewelry, you're never going to buy anything. You're going to go buy something else.
Yeah. And the thing is, people wonder why I promote other people. Like, let's say, for instance, what Jimmy, Greg, and even you, whatever, having a show. People don't get it. It's good for the jewelry economy for everyone to eat. Whether you guys don't think so or not, it is good. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Understand that. Now, let's get into something fun real quick, man.
One last point about the jewelry economy. The jewelry economy, the good news is that it has a huge potential in the future because of the rap guys and how they promote it. I see fucking Chinese kids, wearing Jordans and Yeezys in China, not in the United States or what have you. And that culture is taking root. It took root on you. It took root on me when I was a young dude with my headphones on, listening to Nas and Biggie Smalls. And they're going to want to be icy when they grow up. So, preserve the business. It'll give a lot of people an opportunity to get on their feet.
100%. So, last time we talked about it a little bit, but it was still so new. And then the pandemic
We
and
were
everything
ahead
else.
of the curve.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, man, being in Uncut Gems, do you think it's helped your business out as far as your brand, your namesake, everything?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, forget about it. People only know me by that movie in some cases. So, being in a fucking movie and I'm in IMDb, sometimes I have dreams of, leaving my business with my staff and going to LA and trying to do more movies, bro. Yes,
I thought about that. I said, you know what? This motherfucker could be a fucking actor. He's very on point. He's got his little fucking pointer. He's got his little microphone. He has this thing set up with the big fucking TV in the back. I'm like, bro, I couldn't do this, man. This is crazy. It's fucking hilarious. Bro, did you open a Trax NYC in Tacoma, Washington?
I had a customer there for a long, long time that was a really good dude that never, wavered. And he wanted to open up a Trax Northwest, and I let him. But he got locked up.
Oh, fuck. So look, my cousin passed away a little over a month ago. He died of COVID, early 40s.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
bro.
no, it was really fucked up. 2 kids, wife, and everything. And so, he's from Seattle.
Oh my God, bro. That shit is heartbreaking, bro.
Right. I don't know how much you know of, like, my hobbies and things, but, I'm a big Seahawks fan. Huge. Like, I talk about it all the time. So, we have season tickets, everything. So his funeral was in Tacoma.
Right.
Lo and behold, no idea how, because COVID's still kind of going on out there. I said, wait a second, stop. My boy goes, well, what's going on? Everything okay? Are the police like, are you okay? And he was speaking to me in Korean. And I said, yo, you got to pull over here. I said, we can't pull over. I said, get up, just pull over. And he's like, what's going on? You can tell me? I'm like, bro, I need to Google something real quick. Is there a fucking Trax NYC in fucking the Pacific Northwest? And, my cousin's best friend was like, I heard there was one in here. And I was like, dude, what the fuck does Maksud know about fucking Washington? So it just bugged me the fuck out. Because I know that you have, the Tokyo one. And I'm, friends with those guys. They're cool. But I was like, Seattle? Like, what the fuck? It was weird, man.
I tell you a little something about me, bro. I make friends in a really deep way. I get on the phone with... Yeah, I get on the phone and I do business with somebody, and we go all the way. We become partners, we become friends, we do business, and I build relationships with people that are strong. If they're a good person, I always feel like the sky's the limit, man. And people who get me on the phone, whether it was one person or another, we end up going down a long journey, because there's nothing that, if you have a balanced relationship and you're not a relationship where you just have fun together, but if you have something, a real friendship, you could do business with that person and thrive. And that's how I roll, man.
No, you're very passionate. When you fuck with somebody, you're very passionate. And I see why you can get upset, because when you put that much effort and love into a relationship, you want to, be met with the fucking same respect. And with that said, you just made me think of something right now, totally out of nowhere. I saw a video of you were paying tribute to a friend of yours who passed, and you decided to throw a shitload of money out in Times Square. You want to talk about that real quick? What happened, man? Just real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's another customer of mine that was just one of those dudes that I was really vibing with. And I'll shock you to your core right now, bro. I was in LA with him at a Korean restaurant. I'm like, hey, listen, we're having Korean barbecue. This is kimchi. And he's like, I know. He was a quarter Korean.
That dude was?
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit, he just looked like he was straight black. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was 75% black, quarter Korean. And when he said that, I know a lot of Korean people that have some working for me. Hardworking people. It's amazing.
Extremely hard, yeah.
Yeah, and straightforward and do straightforward business, So, long story short, that was shocking to me. And that's really, he had something to him. He was a completely different type of person. And he was making money. He was doing good business. he was doing something interesting, and I was hanging out with him in LA. He was just a customer first because I don't know a person walking through the door. But then I went to dinner with him, and it was just fun the whole time. And one time, like right when the COVID started, right after I kind of met up with you or what have you, I get the phone call that he got shot and he died. And I'm like, what? Over, because he was doing all this money stuff and people were jealous. The jealousy is a vicious beast, bro. The jealousy, so people who listen will understand what jealousy is. Jealousy will have you destroy yourself in an attempt to destroy another person, right? These people who killed him, they're probably got caught or what have you, just because he had money and they didn't. And when you flash that type of money, that type of jealousy comes out. So, long story short, he perished, and I honored him, because he loved to throw that money in the air. A year later, and that video got like, with him at the end of it, which is the most important part, got like 80 million views. They watched it in India. It was on Turkish news. And
it came across my
I didn't
my
expect that.
timeline. How much money did you throw out there? Like 10,000?
No, it was $3,000.
Oh, okay. So there were singles.
Yeah.
God damn, man, it was so funny. The security guard kept asking you, "Come on, man, give me some money. Come on, man, give me some."
He came out with his. That's what people got to understand. They got to stop thinking like that.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to pick up off the floor. Wants to come up to me and just fucking put his hands out. Well, whatever, man. That's people are lost, bro, and they got to get found fast.
It's fucking funny. Where do you see Trax NYC in 10 years?
My pace of progress has been pretty high in the recent years. I had, some tough times, bro. Earlier on, I was getting kicked around, didn't have the inventory, didn't have this, and went through the recession, was selling gold chains for fucking less than what I paid for them. Long story short, but now I learned business very well. I watch a lot of Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. I absorb vast amounts of information, particularly Warren Buffett, and he opened up my mind to business, capital allocation, and rolling that capital. And I see things completely differently, so I can't even answer that question. But I can tell you, I'm going to go super fucking hard to be able to give people what they want. Right? They want to be happy. They want to get something nice. But let me just tell you one thing on that point. When I was in this business, and I would walk in with my digital camera to some of the offices on 47th Street, they would treat me like a fucking dog. They wouldn't offer me a job for $8 a fucking hour, in 2004 and 2005. They stopped me in the fucking street now, and they beg me to do business with them. I don't have time for their jewelry. Whether they give it to me in a duffel bag, I don't want it. So, the tables turned on that end. And what really bothered me is how short-sighted they were when I came to do business. And I will never treat a customer like they treated me. I know what the customer wants because I know what I wanted. Some decency, some respect, some fair prices. I tell every fucking person, if my staff gives you any pressure or anything like that, let me know, because I want people to walk in, look at the price, walk up and down the block and come back if they want. I don't want anything else. I want them to have a dignified fucking experience. And that philosophy is taking me far, bro.
No, that's fair, man. You know what? It's funny you said Warren Buffett. You know what my favorite thing about Warren Buffett is?
What?
Is that he eats fucking McDonald's breakfast every day. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's insane for a guy, at his age, especially. But I don't know how many people know about Warren Buffett, but they should. I'll tell them like this: people are gonna fall asleep talking about Warren Buffett right now.
No, for sure.
But I'll tell them one thing: they're gonna fall asleep on a lot of money. Because if they're in business or they're, doing T-shirts or whatever, and they're in this cold, cruel, dark business world and they want a light to shine, if they spend 10 hours watching Warren Buffett interviews, they will increase their potential to make earnings by at least 500%. So don't sleep on shit like that.
No,
people
not
think
at
it's
all.
fucking boring.
I've spent at least maybe 100 hours looking at the video. So, I mean, I believe you.
The fucking guy took, a small amount of money, and he's got $100 billion. And here's the kicker. There's the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. They're the richest man in the world because their stocks are overpriced. His stock is underpriced. He's like number 3 or number 4, number 5. But real value, not by price, real value, he is the richest man in the world, and he never says it. And people don't understand that because they don't understand value. They just understand what the price is. And that's really why they're getting robbed by the fucking Federal Reserve and getting taken for a ride, because they believe that everything is fair, but it's not. And
And the funny
they
thing
don't
is,
understand.
besides his Global Express and Gulfstreams and shit like that, besides that, right? Suits are pretty chill. Obviously, his appearance, everything's really relaxed. He had a fucking Lincoln Continental that was fucking old as shit, right? A lot of similarities, right? You're pretty chill. I mean, you have a motorcycle, whatever, boom. I never see you wear any big jewelry, nothing, and all that stuff, right? So it's like a question I was curious about, bro. Like, what's the most expensive watch that you personally own?
I don't have one that's very expensive. I have a Rolex that was gifted to me by a customer. He bought 3 Rolexes from us, and he gifted one to me and he was Korean too, and two to other members of my staff. And I engraved it and I put diamonds in it and I wear it every
So
day.
so that's your nicest watch right now you have?
I mean, pretty much. I have a bunch of Cartiers I just got, but they're in the shop. I'm not going to wear them out. And you know what? Another thing about me is I'm very, very picky. The watch I want is $150,000, man,
What
and
is it,
I'm
bro?
gonna
Tell
put
me.
that in my business. It's gonna be Patek Philippe
Right.
or something like that,
No, I
with
have a
some
lot of
moon
Pateks.
phase.
I get it. Yeah, moon phase is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend that $150,000 and not do something for my fucking family in Azerbaijan. You know what I'm saying? And for my mom and all the people that and treat myself to some type of watch. I'm not gonna enjoy it that way.
But
If I'm gonna have
once
a
you take care of
150.
all of them first, then you're good.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have $150,000 watch, I have to be at that level, not just by look. I don't want the look. I want to be
Okay.
there,
Fair
and
enough,
there's
bro.
a lot of things. I have a very very moral sense of what I want to be and my relationship in this world, and I'm a patient guy, bro. I'll wait my turn.
No, I'm not mad at that at all. Now, to wrap this up, we get into one of my favorite things that I've been talking about for the last 8 years, but obviously, here and there on the podcast, it's been very popular as of, the most recent few weeks. Let's talk about crypto, bro.
We talk about crypto, and then maybe I ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Let's do it, brother. So you're in crypto. You want some coins?
I'm being forced into fucking crypto, bro, because you know what I'm saying. I can't sit here and let this pass me by and be this fucking jerk off that thinks it's all bullshit.
Right. It's definitely not bullshit, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm throwing some money into Dogecoin,
Right.
because this guy Elon Musk is gonna go fly to the fucking moon
With
and put some.
a little Dogecoin
Yeah,
will be in there.
yeah. So I mean, if he's gonna put a Dogecoin on the moon or do something wacky like that, the price is gonna go up. I'm not a speculator either. I don't want to take someone else's money, but if it becomes some global currency because of this space station dude or whatever, I don't want to be a Johnny come lately on that. I was a
No,
Johnny
definitely
come
not.
lately on Bitcoin, and I never really believed in it. And I don't know what the price is, if the price is fair now, but it's for me it's too late to try to
I'm not gonna
dive
lie
in
to you.
there.
It's a little high. And some people are like, well, it's going to be 100 here. That may be true, might not be true. So
Right.
understand, I was buying Bitcoin when it was under $100. I got in and out. I was one of the first. Well, I'm sorry, not one of the. I was the first jewelry store ever in the world to accept Bitcoin. I was one of the first stores on Shopify to accept Bitcoin. Right? Do you
Well,
accept
you definitely
crypto?
beat me there. Yeah, I accept crypto now.
Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
we're making all the wallets and doing all the shit for all the staff and things like that for them to accept the crypto. But that you saw from afar, and
Well, not
that'll
necessarily. It
definitely
was
give you
just that there was a lot of
acclamation.
people well versed, and we decided to make our companies, like portfolio include it because we were accepting it. You know what I mean? So like, I got into Ethereum at $165. I've made 7-figure profit just in the last 7 months. I got into Doge. I bought Doge at 0.003. So I've made $250,000, and if it jumps up to what we think it will, then it's going to be big money, right? So it's fun. There's been some good things. Ethereum is fucking skyrocketed like in the last month. But listen, bro, I want to give you the platform now to ask me whatever you feel like asking, bro, because I think we've had a great conversation so far.
Yeah, well, listen, one other thing, I appreciate you having me on here. It really is pleasant, man. And when I'm in LA, I'll pop in, what have you, return the favor because it is good for my business. But tell me, what you're seeing yourself in 10 years. What are you doing? Where are you at? What do you want to get out of life, bro?
in 10 years, dude, I am beyond retired. Like, I'm trying to retire in less than 5, right? In 10 years, I think in a perfect
What does
world,
retirement look like? What does
retirement
retirement
looks
look like?
like my oldest son should be graduating high school. My second son should be getting close to graduating high school, right? My daughter will be barely entering high school, right? I want to be completely involved in every aspect of their life if they'll allow me to, right? And just be, a full-time dad. At that point, I think me and my wife, would be nice to maybe downsize a little bit on the home because, I would love to travel with her, even though I love traveling as it is. But I mean, kind of just really doing as much as I can with my kids. And I think at that point, even though I'm retired, I would love to talk about jewelry or anything else on a mentorship level, not in a business level. I think I've, this last year has been really that great. I could definitely hang it up now, but I feel like there's still a story. There's still more, more work to do.
Well, listen, you reached the top of the jewelry business. When your name was mentioned when I was doing bullshit. It was such a big deal. So you definitely saw the top of the mountain. And you pass the torch on to whoever, wherever, but you definitely, the Jay-Z of that industry.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I'll give you that, and you deserve it. But you felt this way about having this family life before you had kids. Did you think you were going to be doing something else, or did you decide that the family is what you want?
So this is the crazy part. When I was coming up, I knew I always wanted to have a kid, right? Didn't know if I wanted 2. Definitely didn't want 3, right? It was a different thing that happened. And, I just felt like at this point, I'm doing a lot of drugs. I'm getting fucked up all the time. I'm getting drunk way too much. And it wasn't like the money being spent, because I was spending money here and there, buying shit here and there. It was more of the self-destruction, right? And not loving myself as much as I thought I loved myself for the obvious reasons. But really, who does that if you love yourself, right? You destroy your body and everything, right? So, I slowed down a little bit. I was still very immature, still talking shit, still being me. But I just kind of was like, hey, man, what woman is going to want to marry some dude? And maybe there are because there's money, right? I have money. So, but I was like, let me find someone level-headed. I found my queen. I found my wife. And her timing was right. So timing is everything, right? And,
Yep.
and when we had the first kid, my life had changed forever at that moment. It's not a dog. It's not anything else. It's someone's like, oh, you love a dog more than anything. That's great. You don't have to worry about what a dog is going to be in society. You don't have to worry about that person to be an adult, carrying your last name, carrying a legacy. There's a lot of pressure and things. So, beforehand, no, I was just thinking about getting money. And, now that I have some money, it's an interesting thing. I'm
You're
very
investing your love into your children, which is, the traditional place to invest your love, unless you're Jesus or something like that.
but just saying, nothing's more important than my kids. It's just really just the.
But listen, there's the traditional Korean household where very strict, very disciplined, play the piano, and how are you raising your kids? What are you what are you doing to exercise their minds and open up their minds so they could be like you and see things from afar?
That's a little tough right now. I'll be honest with you. I had a really tough upbringing. My dad whooped my ass on a regular basis. My mom did too. They're very strict. School 7 days a week, all that. Everything about them was just education. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Traditional fucking Korean household. Because my dad whooped my ass so to the point where it was not even abuse anymore. At that point, it was like a hate crime, right? It was just some crazy shit.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize until maybe in the last 7 years that my wife was like, hey, man, I think you should probably go do some deep therapy because, it's, and I don't really spank my kids like that. And so I'm very laxed on them. I decided that I should support them. I was really into sports, played basketball, got a scholarship playing football in college. And, I try to put a ball in their hand. And it just doesn't, it's like they almost refuse it, right? So, one thing about them is my oldest son loves he loves dinosaurs, right? Loves sharks. I think he's going to be a fucking, something to do with fucking, like an aquarium, like being not a veterinarian, but whatever it is, but something with that space, right? My middle son, he's a hustler. He's like me. He's literally the fucking a mini version of me. But what I make sure is that they're gentle with the earth, right? We go camping a lot. We go at least 2 to 3 times a month. We go hiking, go look at things. They're very well versed. My son, London, who's 8.5, can name 300 species of sharks, right? And we get into that, and I'm finally able to talk to them about certain things. When I drop them off at school, I try to drop them off in the most regular car. And what's crazy is I didn't have a regular car for a long time, but I got one because I didn't want them to, feel a certain way.
What's a regular car?
I mean, I got a minivan, but before that, my Tesla, P100D Model X is still a $170,000 car, right? It's, almost 200 grand, so it's not really, but it was as regular as I can get it because everything else wasn't. So pick them up at school, and they're like, "Hey, Daddy, did you bring the Ferrari?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about? Did you bring the McLaren?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about? I don't have that. What are you talking about?" And in a way, I feel bad because I might have threw them under the bus, and their friends would be like, "Oh, these kids are liars." I just didn't want them to. I was like, "Hey, man, look, man. Yes, you go to private school, and yes, other kids here are very privileged, but that's not like at all the focus, So one thing that I'm proud of in my home is we have a library. Like, no bullshit. Yes, there's computers, this, that, whatever, but we have a library, and it is massive. It is 13 feet tall, right? It's probably 65% filled with books, and most of the books they've read. And so that's where my shit is, I make sure that, all right, you want to get your money for your video game? They play Roblox, and then the currency in Roblox is Robux. I'm like, "Oh, you want your Robux this week? Give me a book report." So they got to do book reports, you know what I mean?
Well,
so
that sounds like a Korean household right there.
but still, man, I got to make them do something, you know what I mean? We ride our bikes and shit, try to do some exercise, and, it's, this is the most time.
Here's the issue before, I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's the issue with, listen, the corrupting agent, it comes from the outside. You go to private school, then there's a lot of snobbery, and when I came home from school, I didn't tell my parents what was going on in school,
Right.
and all of that. So you have any thoughts on that? Because the number one thing is education, building character.
This is the thing. Education's cool, right? I don't know if you know, but I've been a big advocate for I wish I didn't go to college. I feel like I'd have been a billionaire, right? There was so much I could have did. I've been watching some random things, and I hate these business pages that tell you what to do, and they show a fake picture of Mark Zuckerberg and a quote that he didn't say, but they put it out there, boom, right? Put a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio and pull some bullshit quote that he didn't say and try to make it look cool. But one thing, I watched this one video, and it wasn't Jack Ma, I forgot, it was another prominent Asian dude. And he goes, "You know what's crazy about school? They teach you about history, they teach you how to do math, teach you about this, that, and the third, and all this stuff. You know what they don't teach you how to do? How to make money." And, it's true. It's fucking important. How do you make $1 in certain things? So, with that said, with my kids, I definitely want them to be happy. I want them to have friends. But my wife had such a loving household. There's kisses, affection, I love you, a lot of communication. For the most part, even though she didn't tell her parents when she was out partying, whatever, she had a very good relationship. And if that's what my kids want to hold back some of the stuff, I'm not mad at that at all. But I think because my parents were so fucking strict and so fucking just crazy Koreans and, hitting us when we were still 15, 16, like we're too old for this. Like, how are you still hitting us? I think our kids will be as open as they can. They'll come to us for help. I think that just, that we can have those. And that's a goal that I need to work on. We have some time to do that. So, that's my opinion on it. As far as private school, look, man, if public school was a little smaller, that'd be cool. But because I live,
public school, you're going to learn how to roll a blunt in there, and that's it, bro. Forget about public school, dude.
I'm just saying, like my son, he has 3 teachers. So it's, he has a lot more attention and he needs it. He's got a short attention span. So, I don't mind it. It's a great thing, man.
Yeah, I got a real short attention span. But I tell you one thing about me, my father was a homicide detective in the Soviet Union. Yeah, right. And it wasn't easy, when you're sitting there thinking about ice cream and, someone's coming home after stepping over a dead body. I felt the energy. That's what made me a serious guy and made me take life serious, for real. And, that has a benefit, making money, learning money, all this other stuff. But there's a lot of corrupting agents, especially in today's society. And one piece of advice, whether you've applied or not, is obviously up to you. But to make sure that they build the right character to be leaders, because this world's going to need a lot of leaders and not be followers of how other people behave. Because dad's real cool right now. Then you grow up and you start thinking this, thinking that. That's
You
a
know, you know
way
what's
to
funny?
see that in the mind.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is I could see leadership in Ryder, my middle son. I could see leadership in Micaiah. London is a very sweet, passive, chill kid, and I'm worried that someone will try to take advantage of him in certain things. So it's very good advice. I do believe in that, and I think that it's But again, I want them to know I support them. So like when they're not doing so good in sports, and they're really, really, really good in video games, and when I do that, when I mean that is they'll be in one of the worlds. Enter a game. There's one world. Boom. I could see how many people are online, and they'll be in a game with 240,000 people. I can see by status level, this, that, whatever. And I'm like, look, dude, my son isn't even fucking 9. Do you know what I mean? And he's crushing all these fucking teenagers, whatever. I was like, you know what? This might be the thing. So you know what? I'm just going to try to encourage things that he likes and things, whatever. But at the same time, you got to get your school done just to get the work ethic. I just need the work ethic there. You know what I mean? Don't be lazy. Make sure that they're still doing shit that, they live a privileged life, The last question I got for you, bro, we could wrap this up, man, is you work real hard, right? Not just like racking your brain, but I can tell mentally your mind, even when you're focused in on this motherfucking bandit, CBD, cocksucker, blah, blah, whatever, your mind is still thinking about other things. I see it in your face and everything else. And look, dude, you can't keep that up. That energy, bro, you're going to kill yourself. You know what I mean? You have a lot of shit in your mind. When is the last time you took a real vacation?
Last summer, I was in Atlanta with Safari chilling. I
Come
break
on,
away.
man, Atlanta. Come on, bro. I'm talking about
I
somewhere
took a road
tropical,
trip
man.
during COVID, and I took it. I got a Corvette drop top, whatever, C7, whatever the fuck it was, and flew around the East Coast and through North Carolina. Stayed in dope better. I get a break, brother. Believe me, I chill. I get a break. I do this and do
Nice.
that, but
When's the last time you were out of the country though? Like Caribbean, Asia, somewhere, Europe.
I was all over the place. To be honest, I was in Tulum with Safari and Erica,
Nice.
hanging out over there, and I had a great time. But I'm at a point in my mind where I am thinking. I don't have kids, you
Right.
know.
Do you want
I
kids
broke up
though?
with my girlfriend. Yeah, I
Okay.
want kids.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, timing. It comes to you. It doesn't. I'm not really gonna run to it. But broke up with my girlfriend because I want to sit home and think, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to think, and I'm searching for the truth inside my mind. I want to learn, and it's working. And I really want to. I want to conquer, bro. I want to conquer. I want to get the party started, and do something interesting while I got the chance to do it.
Look, Max, I believe in you. Sidebar: Safari is a old friend of mine. Good dude, very very solid guy. I've known Safari since he was, when he was as serious as you could be with Nikki. You could ask Safari. It's a funny thing, man. Never once did I ask to meet Nikki. He's invited me to, oh, hey, man, come over here, boom, here and there. Never try to do it. Like, I just, that's just not me. Most scumbag guys be like, hey, man, let me get this, and this, and it's crazy. Like, I love where he's at now. He's always been a great dude, rode motorcycles and chilled and everything. And now Erica is crazy as hell. Love Erica too, but she don't fuck around. Erica will fucking fight motherfuckers
I
in the
learned
street.
that the hard way, bro.
Oh, yeah, no, Erica's crazy.
Yeah, I was staying at their house, and they had a little relationship thing or what have you, and I started giving my opinion to Erica, and that was a big mistake, bro. I was walking on eggshells for the rest of my stay. Let's leave it at
I don't
that.
want to get into her business. Let me just say this right now. She ain't scared of nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because she's
I learned that.
fucking crazy. But yo, listen, Max, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on the show. I hope we could do
Anytime.
it a third time. And look, the best thing about all this is some people think you're just all jewelry. And you're really about life, like more than, it's so much, you've expanded your fucking horizons. And I know you're definitely in the business. I can tell with the Warren Buffett and everything else. But what I'm saying is I just want you to enjoy life. Some people say it's long. I really do think it's like
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, just, man, look, stay in touch with me, bro. And again, you're welcome back on and we'll figure out another topic of discussion.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Anytime, brother. I appreciate you. I owe you one, all right?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, that was Max, a.k.a. Trax NYC. We'll be right back. Yo, Miles, throw me on some Lakey Lake real quick. Yeah, that jazzy shit right there. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back, y'all. Yo, man, right about now, I got to give a shout out to @DBPicksWin. If you didn't know, the Dust Brothers have been on a roll with their NBA picks. Like I've been telling you, it is some shit that no other sports handicap bettor has even done. Okay, we've got something big rolling out football season, so get in on the ground floor now. DM and follow @DBPicksWin on Instagram to join our community of winners. All right, you can buy individual picks or sign up for the one-time initiation fee that gets you every pick every night, even the playoffs. All right, the Dust Brothers podcast by day, and then they pick winners by night. I'm not fucking around. These guys go 6-0 on a regular basis in a day. It's nuts. They went 6-0, they went 7-0. The next night, they don't fuck around. They're really crushing it. Follow @DBPicksWin. All right, y'all. Different format. You know what I'm saying? I'm really beat the fuck up. I'm tired as shit. I'm going to hit some golf balls in a little bit. I got some meetings. One of my boys is, in fact, you know, I can't even say it because I might fuck around and move in the surprise because his lady might listen to the show. I think some of you guys might figure that out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that Trax interview. We're going to cut the show. You know, it was a good, I gave you guys enough game, gave you guys a good little, little interview with Trax. Don't forget to tell your friends about this show. Okay, I got some dope ass giveaways coming up in a couple weeks, and they'll be exclusive for the BTB Army members only. All right. Also, we're dropping autographs, my Project 70 cards on Tuesday, May 4th. That is this coming Tuesday after the weekend wrap up. My Ichiro cards dedicated to my cousin, rest in peace, Rex Yang. They're going to sell out very, very fast, so don't sleep. And also, if you are planning on hitting the National in Chicago this summer, you better plan it now. There will be a lot of money to be made, a lot of insane shit. It is going to be like nothing you have ever seen or witnessed in your life in the hobby before. I don't give a fuck how long you've been around it. I promise you it's going to be nuts. Me and Gary Vee be up in there. You know, I got a big ass booth with tops. Anyways, lastly, don't forget to leave your questions to be answered on the podcast. You need to do it today because this shit takes a couple days to get into the system. Do it ASAP. We got fan questions on the weekend wrap up. Make sure you already know the drill. Stop playing. All right. But that's it, y'all. That is it for this fucking episode. We are out of here. Yo, Lakey Inspired. What's good, my dude? All right, sir. Please take us the fuck home. All right, y'all. Peace.